Okay, abusaba makwa abasonko so edeba POG Media so abusia yembonra yensemu chama Wontumi Akonta mining abusia case no asanso asoria ene lawyer Martin Pebu ede honsem ababetuja or chese chama Wontumi se or appear before the court EOCO emfa case no unproceeded case na on appear before the court na case nature cause Akonta mining ne de Wontumi ma case no enkoda nti ne chairman Wontumi kwa appear before court no na say omo akwa kana asem no ewo ho nti no sisi ano chairman Wontumi ye hia no ne case no enkonkoda ebusu yensem momre no mom yenko na yenkonkotie ensema chairman Wontumi ensema lawyer Martin Pebu edituda efa Akonta mining no ho ene honsensem EOCO honsensem ne court nsensem mom yenko na yenkonkotie medamase.
Private legal practitioner. He is the leader of the Comipracorillo demonstration. Good morning.
Good morning. Morning, Mr. Kazi.
I know what you want to say.
What is my benefit? My benefit of contributing to this program. Bicycle for so you know.
Lawyer, please. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes. Quick. My rituals. Yes. So once again, we repeat the call for peace in Akonta, right? Yes, there is relative calm, but we need to continue the efforts to make sure that the conflict is really and absolutely resolved.
Right.
So that we don't continue to experience tensions in Akonta and its environs, right?
Yes.
Yes, please. So the government of Ghana, we are on bended knees. Finish it well, so that it doesn't recur.
Appreciate it.
Okay, and we ask citizens to also cooperate with the government.
Important.
So citizens in Akonta and environs, please cooperate with government. Let peace prevail.
Indeed.
Thank you. Then number two, the reset agenda is on. Yesterday, at the Ghana Police Service, the headquarters, some senior officers who were denied promotions, etc., under Dan Paris regime were restored. Number one, ACP Dr. Benjamin Agojo. Yes, he's been promoted to DCOP. You know, Agojo was called then under the law. Nothing prevents him from going back to work. Okay, while the court case was on, but he was not allowed to go back. We went to court to challenge it. Unfortunately, the judge said, even though there is no grounds, she would not grant, right? So Agojo was kept out of work. Eventually, he won the case. So you see such injustice.
Right.
So we are very grateful, IG Yowunu and the Police Council for doing the needful, for trying to, rehabilitate Agojo. You don't do that to a citizen, destroy his whole life, especially in view of the fact that Attorney General then, Godfred Dame, openly told us that he just added Agojo's name to make the coup plotters case a credible one. You just add somebody's name, right? When you've assessed very unethical conduct, you see how eventually the Jakpa tape caught him. It was a long time coming, but eventually caught him. That's such unethical conduct. You take a man, you just destroy him, add him to coup plotters case. So thank you, IG Yowunu and the Police Council for doing, the Vice President, right? They are all on the Police Council. Thank you very much. Other officers who were restored. So that's the reset agenda. Very good that we sack those villains, that we sack them out of government. Yeah, so I see Adeyo Ajiman Bedu the second, Domahini. Good morning. More fire, Domahini. Let's hear more from you. Yes,
I want to visit him. I want to visit him in Doma.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Yes. So for Akuffo, yes, Antwa, more fire. Though you're on the Council of State, of course, you continue to speak and continue to do so. You didn't spare even your relation to Akuffo Addo. So it's the same standard. Continue to speak, right? And then this Kentucky Teko through the second. The man asking for justice in the Sicily Adapa matter. Yes, we'll have to get justice. So, Raymond Acha, thank you. Good morning. You've taken over the file from OSP. Let's see how the Sicily Adapa case pans out.
Yes. Big up to Raymond. Big up.
Because in the coming weeks, we're still knocking on doors of EOCO to give at least an update on, some of the investigations, including this Sicily Adapa matter.
Thank you. CID boss, Lydia Donko, please, Akonta mining, the Galamsey. Lydia Donko, look, you must push this as Akonta mining case to court Let Wontumi and Akonta Mining come to court
He has
to
done
answer.
eight minutes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you very much.
Eight
Thank you.
minutes
Now,
of
let me
introductory
just
remarks.
acknowledge the fact that we are also live on 3FM 92.7 as well. And Dr. Ismanama, I'm going to start off with you because Lawyer Matipebo mentioned the police's security strategy deployed yesterday has come under scrutiny. And yesterday we started a conversation on how things were playing out. We're going to show a video, especially that which involved the former minister in charge of fisheries and aquaculture, that's Akumsin, and the number of police officers there and whether they could have prevented at least what happened. Because right from the entrance to when the incident happened, we saw quite a number of police officers there. And for the many who have been watching the happenings even before yesterday, you didn't even need to be a security analyst to know that the probability of violence or chaos was high. Because on election day, there was chaos. That led to the destruction of the pink sheets. Reason why we even had to do this yesterday. The attempt to recollate was also characterized by chaotic scenes. And so yesterday, no doubt, this was going to happen. But was there an operational failure? That's the question that we're asking this morning. And Dr. Joshua Zato is also going to be joining us shortly. And then we'll have the Majority Chief Whip, Nelson Roxon Dafian Plus, will be joining us in a bit. But, Doc, let me start off with you on this chaos that we saw. Dr. Ismanama.
Yes. Thank you very much, Alfred. And happy to be in the company of these illustrious men of Ghana. We all know that Ghana police didn't do too well in one polling station. Overall, I think the performance wasn't too bad. But they should have anticipated this violence, and they should have declared that area a hotspot, and which is a designation they do very well when it comes to crime.
Yeah.
But they should begin to designate polling station areas in the country as hotspot. I think that the preparedness was poor. They have to always think about the worst case scenario, which they did in Alfred. And I believe that if IG Yono needs help, I am available. There are a number of people that can also help, especially when we are going into a situation with potential for crisis. I believe that knocking down Honorable Akumsin was not the right thing to do, even though some people rejoice at that. Every human being, every Ghanaian has a right to be free from fear and violence. And she is one of those Ghanaians, one of those human beings who is entitled to feel, to have freedom from fear, freedom from violence. The reaction of the police is what I don't like. It looked like there was no esprit de corps. Some of the policemen and women were standing in a detached mode, as if they were not on duty. For me, if you are on duty as a police officer, as a soldier, as a security person, and your colleague is attacking a situation, you should give the backup and not stand there and raise your hand and as if you don't know what is happening. So for me, for IGP, you got the media coverage, they should analyze each clip by clip, and identify the police officers who were sort of detached from what was happening, and also prosecute the person who actually did the knocking. Hitting a woman in the pelvic area, she's somebody who is probably menopausal at the age that she is. That creates complications for her. And I'm happy that they took her to the hospital. And I don't know who will be responsible for the cost of it, because when you organize a public event and there is injury, Lawyer Pego is here and he will ascertain that the organizer is ultimately responsible for the cost of injury to the people that attend that event. And the government now is exposed in that area because of the negligence of the Ghana police in reacting. When the truck moved in with those young men, they should have stopped them at the gate. When Honorable Howard Kumsin went there the first time, we have to stop this nonsense about big man, big woman syndrome. She had no duty to go there. And she came the second time. What was she going to do?
You say she had no duty. We don't know the strategy that the candidate deployed. I say this because the party boycotted, but the candidate decided to contest. So was she there at the invitation of the candidate?
This is not a time to visit the candidate, Alfred.
We'll have to ask.
Election day does not allow campaigning. We don't allow campaigning on election day, especially at the polling station. So what are you doing there? For me, I think the visit was unnecessary. The visit of all the party officials on both sides was totally unnecessary because it brings down the maturity of our democracy. I can't speak too well to that because Professor Gambo is here and I know he will address that. Because if you want to have a mature democracy, you can't have government officials, party echelon going to polling stations on election day. What were they all doing? I blame the IGP and his men for this. Because if that altercation had not happened, nobody would have gone there. Because they went there maybe to help to solve the problem, but the event should not have happened. They should have created barriers. If you are not voting, you are not allowed to go beyond this barrier. And that would have contained any kind of suspicious activity because the public, the NDC supporters were afraid that knowing her history, she was probably there to maybe do some finagling, and they didn't want to see that. Spraying the people with pepper spray wasn't correct because pepper spray is a weapon. Some people are allergic to pepper, and if you put it in their eye, they could end up dying, having a heart attack. So if she had a gun, and we thank God she didn't have a gun, because what happened in Kaswa would have happened here at Ablekuma North. Luckily, she didn't have a gun, and so she took pepper spray. Now, this is the fault of Ghana police.
What?
They should have inspected everyone, their bag, their everything. But because of the big man, big woman, stupid syndrome that we have in this country, they allowed her to go without searching her. What about if she had a knife in her bag and shook somebody with it? We have to go beyond that big man, big woman syndrome and treat everybody as equal before the law and before the people, so that we don't allow excesses like this to happen to our democracy.
Because if you look at this video, and let's put the video on the screen. Let's go back. Let's rewind this video. It gives us an idea. Right from the entrance, look at that. And the people just forced their way in with the number of policemen at the entrance. What? Yes, and even while she was standing, that's how Akumsin in the white and the jeans, she had a policeman near her talking to her. So it comes back to the point you were making about the search and everything. So that's where you see her hand up spraying that substance, which was now reported to be pepper spray.
Yes.
And that got to this reaction.
How do you treat a former member of parliament like that? It's not correct at all. Let us, whether they are in parliament or out of parliament, give them the respect they deserve. For the police to even allow her to be pushed down, it shows that the police don't have that physical strength to resist this kind of encroachment. How many young men were there? And you could say that the young men seem to have control of the situation. I respect and I admire IG Yohono very much. And earlier yesterday in the morning, I had praised him for the work he was doing. And I believe that they didn't think of worst case scenario. In every situation, even when you go to a party, a wedding, think about a worst case scenario. even in church, even in the mosque, because harm can come to you at the moment you think you're having the best time. So for me, going forward, they have to do better work, better homework, and the intelligence doesn't seem to be working. All of them, there should have been plainclothes policemen and women so that the public would not identify them so quickly. And that will enhance their strength and their intelligence gathering at places like that. These are basic security safety measures they didn't take.
Action begets a reaction. And because with the spree and then the reaction we're just seeing, all of that you say could have been prevented if the police was proactive and got the security strategy right, at least at this polling station, based on what we are saying now, correct?
Yes, going forward at every polling station, whether you're a man, you're a queen mother, no handbag should be allowed to be taken there. Well, no briefcase should be allowed to be taken there in a polling station. Everybody should go empty with their hands. All we need is your thumb. We don't need anything more. Your handbag is not allowed. The police should insist on this. Whether she's the queen mother or the biggest town in the country, they shouldn't. Whether she's MP, Speaker of Parliament, whoever the person is, no handbag should be allowed. No briefcase, no side bag should be allowed. So that you can see. And if we, situations like that, critical election times like that, we could have had a scanning machine. Because if somebody put a knife and hide them in their socks, you wouldn't see it. And before you know it, somebody is being choked with it.
There are different angles of this video we are showing. So we're going to put the different angles on the screen. Also, the close-up shots as well. And then there was another incident that involved the deputy national organizer of the NPP as well. We'll show that in a bit. But I see that, okay, let me acknowledge the presence of Nelson Roxon Dafian. Thank you for joining us. He's the majority chief whip of this 9th parliament, the South Day member of parliament. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Great. Right.
Good morning.
Right. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for,
General.
I didn't know that. Okay. Great.
2029.
Let's stay the focus. And then let me
on it to my former senior and ex-senior. Since getting into executive, he has forsaken and abandoned me.
I can't do that.
But Martin hasn't.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Take me to your hometown.
Right. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Okay, so let me also indicate that Professor, that's a bigger pardon, Dr. Joshua Zato just notified my producer of an emergency situation, but he's going to be joining us virtually. Okay. And then also we'll have another security analyst joining us, because the security conversation is a big one. I acknowledge that Dr. Ishmael Norman is going to have to leave us at some point, but it's a very, very important issue that you have just raised. Analyzing the video from the security expert's perspective. Now, this is where I bring in Professor Jampo, because a number of things that he was saying, and just a brief one, because I have to come back to him. That issue about the police's conduct, and then also the big man syndrome that he puts it, because in the end, there was an action that begot that reaction. And that's why in analyzing the video right from yesterday, I kept indicating that much of the video that's gone viral captured the reaction of the crowd against Howard Kumsin, but not much about what exactly happened. That. So what we did is to now circle the exact act. So take a look closely at where.
Okay, I was now winning and some a course or political highway. So a year Chama Wontumi Akonta mining or Coco BMO or EOCO headquarters. I know what them hon sem bebre a by na at some sounds sorry a Chama Wontumi a quaco appear before the court. See and some rebel must say some of Japan cocoa teaser and some way at the MI. Aha, a POG Media.